Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay, YouTube, I will abide by your community guidelines. Okay, let's get comfortable and talk. What the hell is happening? So, day 2, we made it. Is that better? I feel like this thing is falling. Why are you falling? Ah! What the hell is happening to you? Oh my god. I'm almost breaking my nail. So yeah. Are you kidding me? Wagwan. Okay. This is a problem. Please don't fall again. I don't have the patience or the willpower to do whatever it is that you're trying to show me right now. Okay. We're good to go. I feel like I don't... Am I online? Should I start over? Are we good to go? Okay. We are. So, I don't know how to inform people who are going to start watching this video that if it's possible for them to forward it 4 seconds, 4 minutes ahead, because that's when it actually starts, I will. But unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. So yeah, hey guys, welcome to day 2 of my live stream challenge, where I go for the next 30 days. I'm going to be doing a live stream every day for an hour, just to, you know, better my public speaking, become more eloquent. Before I start today, I'm talking about the fact that dating is a humiliation ritual. Listen, before I start, let me read an article on Vogue. This article has been trending. Mind you that I actually have a video that I have filmed on my phone, but I haven't posted it. I don't know why I've not edited that video to post. And the title of that video is literally "Dating is a Humiliation Ritual." And then the other day I saw this article that is trending with the title, "Is having a boyfriend now embarrassing?" or "Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now?" If it's a long article, I'm not going to read it. Ah. So yeah, that's the gist of today. Dating is a humiliation ritual, and I want to believe that I have evidence to back up these claims. Let me first of all start with the fact that personally, Rudy Sarah, I strongly believe that dating is a scheme that was created by the devil to see how much humiliation one person can take before they finally come to the point where they're like, no, I'm never doing this again. Because tell me why you keep doing the same thing, getting the same results, but you still go back every time. Tell me why. So yeah, hi John, good evening. I'm Rudy Sarah from Cameroon. Thank you for joining my live video, my live stream. Anyways, I said I had claims to back up what I'm about to say. about dating. Number one is the fact that there's no devil's hand is in this story. There's no way that the hand of God is in dating. Nope. It just seems like something that was engineered by Satan to test human beings, to test our resolve, to test our resilience, to test how much we can be humiliated by doing the same things, and at what point we as a people realize that, okay, maybe this is not something that I should be doing. Maybe I should give this a rest. So yeah, dating is a humiliation ritual, and I have the following points to back up my claims. Number one is the fact that, in those, maybe because when we were younger, we didn't have what? Anyways, where was I? My head just blacked out, but where was I? Dating used to be about love, connection, chemistry, butterflies in my belly, that kind of stuff. That's what it used to be about. I don't know when, how, or why, or at what point it transformed into a mind game, manipulation. Two people constantly trying to manipulate each other, play mind games. I don't know at what point it became, a warfare of lies, manipulation, emojis, stickers. So yeah, these days dating literally feels like you're going for a job interview or you're applying for a job. The only difference is that a job is going to pay you at the end of the month. What are you going to gain from dating somebody? What are you going to gain? If not rejection, emotional blackmail, humiliation, mind games, being left on red. Like, the pros or the cons rather, which one is positive? Cons, right? The cons definitely outweigh the pros, because besides somebody calling you babe, I really want to be serious about this, but I can't take myself too seriously. Besides having somebody to question you, like, oh, I texted you in the night, why did you not reply? And stuff like that. What are the pros? Yeah, so it's just a warfare of confusion, emotional labor, emotional blackmail. There's a word. Gaslighting. That's not the word I wanted to say, but that one just came to my head. I can't think of a word right now. So yeah. Mm, let me write something. Do you agree? I don't know if this thing that I've put is like blocking my face. Okay. Why won't you go to the side? Does it? Anyways, just be there. So where was I? I was talking about the fact that dating is a humiliation ritual. Here's why. Let's start with online dating sites or online dating platforms or just being online. No, online dating platforms. First, you have to write an app. It's an application. I think it's an application. Write an application trying to convince people why you're likable. Why? You have to look for the best picture that you have and attach it to your application and just put it out there. And then you have people swiping left, right, left, right. How is that not humiliating? How is it not humiliating to have a profile or profiles just on different apps that scream, literally scream, I want to be loved? That's how it feels to me, honestly. So you put it out there hoping that, somebody's going to swipe right. I don't know which direction, but you just put out your application out there. At least with a job, you tender your application to the company that you're applying to. So even if you get rejected privately. But with dating apps, you're literally tendering applications to millions of people. And what happens if nobody swipes left? Or if nobody swipes right? I don't know the difference. But what happens if nobody swipes in the direction that says you have been accepted or you have been deemed worthy of being dated? It's like you're auditioning for attention. That's how it feels. Like you literally go for an audition, but instead of getting like a role or a job that will pay you, you're putting yourself out there to audition for somebody's attention. Attention that is very fickle, because why? Most people that are on these dating apps are already dating somebody. So you have now put yourself out there for what? Or what? Just so you can become another participant in the emotional Olympics that's going on out there. Because that's what it feels like. You just have everybody doing everything or doing something. Oh my god, I'm being so dramatic over something that is not that serious. Hi, Isan. Hello. So Whitehead. That's a very weird name, but hello. So yeah, if you didn't know today that dating is a humiliation ritual. Because tell me why you will be humiliated and emotionally abused and gaslit, but you still take yourself and put yourself out there. At what point do you as a person say that, okay, you know what, this is probably not something that I should be doing? I will choose to exclude myself, but you still do it. Let's talk about talking stage. So you meet someone, it's going great, or maybe it's not going great, but it's going. First of all, you may or may not know where it's going. That's the first thing. But the important thing is the fact that it's going. Okay. Talking stage. You're texting every day. You're texting on multiple apps. Nights that you're supposed to use to sleep or use and think about your future, you are wasting it talking to somebody on the phone. You're sharing emojis, exchanging memes, and it's all rosy and sweet. You're trauma bonding over your unresolved daddy issues and all the drama in your family. And it's amazing because, it's great that you both come from families with a lot of drama. So you bond over that. Despite all of that, be careful, because you know you're dating. No. You aren't. You're just vibing. You're just going with the flow, seeing where things go. And because, you're a cool girl or you're a cool guy, mostly girl, you're a cool girl. You can't ask with your full chest that, where is this thing headed? What are we doing here? So you pretend to like football, to like sports, or to like some weird thing that they like. And you continue laughing at their dry jokes. All for what? Okay, let me read you guys the first paragraph of that article that says, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? If someone as much says my boy on social media, they are muted. There's nothing I hate more than following someone for fun, only for their content to become my boyfriendified suddenly. This is probably because for so long it felt like we were living in what one of my favorite substackers calls boyfriend land. A world where women's online identities is centered around the lives of their partners. A situation rarely seen reversed. Women were rewarded for their ability to find and keep a man, with elevated social status and praise. It became even more suffocating when this could be leveraged on social media for engagement. And if you were serious enough, financial gain. However, more recently, there's been a pronounced shift in the way people showcase their relationships online. Far from fully hard launching romantic partners, straight women are opting for subtler signs, a hand on the steering wheel, clinking glasses at dinner, or the back of someone's head. On the more confusing end, you have faces blurred out of wedding pictures. Like, why? First of all, why are you put? Why do you post? If anybody in this life ever posts me and puts a sticker on my face, that will be the last time I ever associate myself with you. I proceed. On the more confusing end, you have faces being blurred out of wedding pictures or entire professionally edited videos with the fiancé conveniently cropped out of all shots. Women are obscuring their partner's face when they pose as if they want to erase the fact that they exist without actually not posting them. So what gives? Are people embarrassed by their boyfriends now? Or is something more complicated going on? To me, it feels like the result of women wanting to straddle towards two worlds. One where they can receive the social benefits of having a partner, but also do not appear so boyfriend obsessed that they come across as quite culturally loser-ish. Somebody says, "Do you remember me? I'm your ex." Please let the courts note that I'm nobody's ex. Nobody. There's nobody on this planet who will stand anywhere and call me their ex. Okay? Let that sink in. They want the price and celebration of partnership, but understand the nominess of it. In other words, in an era of widespread heterofatalism, women don't want to be seen as being all about their man, but they also want the clout that comes with being partnered. But it's not all about image. When I did a call out on Instagram, plenty of women told me that they were in fact superstitious. Some feared the evil eye. I'm a Christian, please. Nothing. I'm not gay. X. I believe their happy relationships will spark jealousy so strong in other people that it could end the relationship. Others were concerned about their relationship ending and being stuck with posts. So yeah, that's that girl's own analysis that having a boyfriend is humiliating. I don't agree, but I do think that dating is a humiliation ritual. Now, what is a humiliation ritual? Let's start from there. I feel like I'm confusing the class. What is a humiliation ritual? Let me explain it from there. What is a humiliation ritual? Google says a humiliation ritual is a public act or ceremony designed to shame and debase an individual or group, to assert power or enforce social conformity. Examples include historical punishments like the pillory, public shaming practices like rough music, and modern methods such as parading arrested individuals in public. Hi, Chika. Hi, Kais. So, where was I? These rituals are often used to make an example of a person, deter others, and maintain social norms. I'm doing very well, Chika. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well yourself. So yeah, That is what a humiliation ritual is. Now, how is dating a humiliation ritual? Oh my God. So, let's proceed. The phrase dating as a humiliation ritual is an internet idiom that describes the modern dating experience, particularly involving dating apps, as an emotionally draining, number one, frustrating, and demeaning process. It is a hyperbole used to express the acute vulnerability, repeated rejections, and power imbalances that can make people feel judged, disposable, and ultimately deeply embarrassed or humiliated. So, yeah, the key aspects of dating that contribute to this feeling of humiliation are: number one, rejection and ghosting. Yeah, because there is a very high chance that by putting yourself out there, you're either going to get rejected or ghosted. And what does that do to your self-esteem? Hence, humiliation ritual. Yeah. Because tell me why 1 minute you're talking to somebody every day, you're sharing, every detail about your day, you're chit-chatting and laughing about things that are not even funny if you ask me. You're trauma bonding over the fact that your dad was a deadbeat. I mean, both your dads were deadbeats. Or, some other drama that happened in your family. And then the next minute, the same person that was available 24/7 suddenly becomes either too busy, too tired, or not in the right place emotionally. How is that not a humiliation ritual? That you voluntarily put yourself through. Let's proceed. Number two, vulnerability and judgment. Dating requires putting oneself in a vulnerable position and being constantly judged for flaws, which can be particularly challenging for those with existing trust issues or low self-esteem. Because you could love the fact that, or you could have grown up thinking that your lisp is cute. And then one day you meet somebody and they keep pointing out the fact that you have a lisp. And before you know it, a huge insecurity that never existed before has been born. Why? Because you put yourself out there all in the name of dating. Oh my God. I'm sure that please don't take everything that I say here too seriously, okay? Trust me. Take everything that I say here with a pinch of salt. Let's proceed. Number three, the power imbalance in dating. Something is not right. Some interpretations highlight power dynamics where one person's comfort or lack of accountability comes at the expense of the other's self-respect and well-being, making the act of pursuing a relationship to feel demeaning. Because there's something that somebody told me, now I'm being serious. There's something that somebody told me, and it was that, you know, to if you really want to enjoy, and this was an elderly woman, which was at the time she told me this, I listened to it and I was like, this is actually so sad. So this woman, probably in her 60s, tells us how, she got married at a very young age. She got married when she was still going to school. And so she didn't live with her husband. She used to come, for weekends or maybe holidays or something like that. And she tells us that, when she just got married, the first time she came for a break, she comes and she knocks on the door, and a woman opens the door. This woman is wearing her clothes, and obviously she knows that, okay, this is a woman that her husband has brought into their home. And what does she do? She goes into the house, goes into another room, not to upset her husband. And then when the woman leaves, she goes back to her their bedroom. And she